The Minnesota Vikings desperately need to add to their defensive line, and though they'll probably use their 2 first-round picks to move up and secure the quarterback of the future, and they have no day 2 picks, they still need to find a way to add this monster of a man to this defense.
And we're going to reveal who that monster of a man is after we give you our top 5 defensive interior linemen in this draft.
Number 5.
In 2023, Ruku Ruru stepped up to have a solid season for the Tigers, cementing himself as one of the top interior defensive linemen in this draft. In 12 games played, he put up a 75.8 overall PFF grade with 5 sacks, 4 hits, and 17 quarterback hurries. However, he is much better as a run defender than he was as a pass rusher. He has the strength and athleticism to be a very solid defensive tackle in the NFL, but he might need to add a little bit more mass to his lean frame in order to become a better pass rusher against NFL offensive line.
Number 4.
Following a very solid season, Fisk added to his resume by having arguably the best combine at his position, solidifying himself as an early second-round pick. According to PFF, in 13 games, Fisk had a grade of 73.9 with 6 sacks, 3 hits, and 19 hurries, but it doesn't show the full story of how good he is. As you can see, in 2022, he had a PFF grade of 86.6 with 8 sacks, 5 hits, and 35 hurries, while also batting 3 balls. Another guy who's a bit lean for his position and might need to add a little weight at the next level, but he makes up for it with great athleticism as he ran a monster 4.78 40 at the combine, and he just has a motor that doesn't stop.
Number 3.
Have you ever heard the phrase built like a brick shithouse? Well, this 364-pound defensive lineman is just that. During his senior season at Texas, Tandre Sweat put up a 91.7 overall PFF grade with 2 sacks, 3 hits, and 26 quarterback hurries, which all led to an 85.3 pass rush grade. But obviously, a man of his size, being 362 pounds, is an amazing run stuffer, as you can tell by his 92 PFF run defense grade. While his size may limit his explosiveness as a pass rusher, he still has plus athleticism and enough tenacity to make a huge impact in the NFL. But overall, if you're looking for a massive human to clog up holes in the run game, Tandre Sweat is definitely your guy.
Number 2.
Arguably the best defensive lineman in this draft, Byron Murphy is as explosive as it gets for his position, and he's a guy that just never quits. As you can see with his stats, in 14 games, Murphy had a PFF grade of 91.1 with 6 sacks, 3 hits, and 36 hurries, which led to his monster pass rush grade of 91.5, while also having a run defense grade of 80.5. While he again may be considered undersized for his position, he makes up for it with a relentless motor and explosion, destroying offensive interior linemen, making him a potential top 15 pick.
Number 1.
top defensive lineman who, after an impactful senior season at Illinois, put himself in the conversation of one of the top defensive interiors in this draft class. In that season, he put up an 84.9 overall PFF grade, adding 8 sacks, 7 hits, and 28 quarterback hurries. A solid all-around defensive interior, as you can tell here from his 84 pass rush grade and his 77.1 grade against the run. Not only does Newton excel at disrupting the passing game using his explosion and strength, we also feel he's the most fundamentally sound defensive interior in this class, using a wide variety of pass rush techniques to beat opposing guards. When it comes to Murphy and Newton, we do kind of view them as a 1A, 1B situation, and probably the two guys that are going to be surefire first-round picks. But the guy that we really want, who we both think should be a first-round pick, and again, unless we make a move up the draft board, we really don't see a way we get him. But that, as we say, is the man that we just called a brick shithouse earlier on in this video, and that is Tandre Sweat. I mean, the 360-pound nose tackle who's got some pass rush ability. Like, I don't know, man. If there's one guy, and this was even before we really dug into these guys, just seeing his size, if there's one guy I wish we could add to this defense and get along with our quarterback this year, it would be Tandre Sweat.
Yeah, he fits exactly what we were looking for on this interior defense. We don't have that big body guy who can stop the run, who can eat up space, and that is exactly what Tandre Sweat is. And not just that, is he can bully interior offensive lineman. Like, he's not a guy who just sits there and waits for the run to get to him. He's going to blow up that middle of the offensive line and go get the running back. And he's shown enough production. Obviously, yes, he has Murphy on the other side of him, and a lot of people want to say, well, he had a really good player next to him, and maybe that's part of it. But no, I think I saw him beat some double teams, and I think he can blow up that line of scrimmage and go get the quarterback as well. And that's a reason why I really, 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 really wish some way, somehow we could get Sweat prior to trading up for that first round pick, that extra first round pick. It was like, okay, I think Sweat's a real possibility now. You know, I don't know. A lot of mocks have him going like from the second round all the way to like the back end of the third round. I think we'll end up seeing him in the second round. If there's a way somehow the Vikings, if we ended up using both our first round picks to move up in the beginning of the draft to draft our quarterback, I wish there was some way we could still trade up to go get Sweat. But realistically, even though I want him really bad because he fits like a glove on this defense, probably isn't going to happen. It's hard for me to believe the Vikings are going to trade up twice. So we probably don't get him. And if that is the case, there is a couple guys we really do like that we might see there around the fourth round. And one guy I liked a lot is Duke's very own Dwayne Carter, a guy who played there for 3 years, is incredible leader of that defense. And the thing that I saw with him right away is he had great pass rushing ability. To me, we had our top 5. He would have been my number 6 on this list just because he does have that pass rushing ability. He does have that athleticism to blow up the interior offensive line and get to the quarterback. But the big thing that I saw from him compared to a lot of these other guys is his natural instincts, like watching the quarterback's eyes to disrupt passing lanes, just like he did in this clip here. And in this clip, he recognizes that the check down is breaking out and naturally gravitates towards that player, disrupting the play. So those are like little instincts that I picked up on him, and it's a big reason why I really like him. But I mean, as far as those kind of players, which one do you like in the fourth round if we can't go up and get Tandre Sweat?
Right. I mean, so obviously with Tandre Sweat, there's Tandre Sweat like guys in this draft. Like you have McKinley Jackson out of Texas.
He's big nose tackles.
He's a big nose tackle, but he's not as impactful as Sweat. So he's definitely an option. But I look at a guy like Christian Boyd. Now, yes, he came from a smaller school at UNI, right? Mm-hmm. But PFF, he had upper 89s in both pass and run defense. He's good size, and he's just a disruptor, man. And I think you could get him with your second, fourth round pick, maybe even early in the fifth with one of those. But he's the type of guy I look at. Like, yes, he had production, but the small school thing is going to be a knock on him. Like, he wasn't invited to the combine. I don't even believe. Like, NFL had no draft profile on him, but. To me, that type of stuff doesn't matter. If you can find a diamond in the rough player like that, he's impactful enough where I think he can make a huge impact on this defense. It's a deep defensive tackle draft. The Vikings need to find a way to grab one. Who do you guys think should be the future of the middle of the Vikings defensive line? Let us know down in the comment section. See you guys next time right here on the GG Sports Podcast.
Skol Vikes.